What's up, brother?
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Thank you for joining me today, man. You're out in Louisiana, right?
I'm in Louisiana.
Looks nice out. How's the weather?
It's pretty nice today, about 80 degrees, nice little breeze. It's a nice day here.
You ready for Halloween? I have to imagine Halloween is pretty crazy in Louisiana because there's so much, like, supernatural stuff going on there. Is there that more down south?
It's pretty normal. Like, at least where I'm at, I kind of live, like, kind of in the city now, but it's nothing like Milwaukee or anything like that. It's not New Orleans.
Right on.
So it's not too bad. It's more about the kids than anything.
Yeah. Well, listen, this is Rodney James for Cage Side Press. We're joined by Brendan Allen, who made a thunderous debut in the UFC after getting a contract on Dana White's Contender Series this season, which I got to say, you move really fast, man. What a great year it's been for you. You got into the UFC, already made your debut, and had a stunning victory to make your presence known. How are you feeling about all that?
I feel good. I went out there and did what I was supposed to do both times. Still, to me, it feels like it took a little while to, like, warm up, shall I say. But I don't know. It's not really a warm-up. It's more of just kind of figuring out and calculating my opponent and everything like that. So yeah. It takes me the first round to kind of figure those out. Sometimes it gets my butt in bad positions, and it is what it is. I fight out of it. It's a fight. That's what's supposed to happen. But it's been a big year. It's been a great year. The best achievement I'll have this year comes in about 5 weeks, and me and my wife both can't wait to meet our little girl. So honestly, that's all I'm looking forward to right now. Fighting or anything like that I don't really care about right now. It's meaningless to me at this point.
Oh man, absolutely. That's great to hear, and congratulations, man. I can't wait.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's funny that you bring that up, because actually the next thing I was getting ready to say was I was looking at your background, and I see that you and I made our amateur debut almost at the same time. I think mine was actually exactly a month after yours. And unlike you, though, I did not get right back in there. You did. You fought several times over the next few months, and then you made your pro debut by the end of the summer, right?
So I started fighting when I was 17. I made my amateur debut. Oh, man. I remember I fought Matthew Blackburn somewhere down here in Biloxi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember exactly what year it was or anything. I was 17, so
it was May. It was May of 2015.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I fought Matthew Blackburn. Then I turned around and fought 7 more times. I fought 5 times before that year was out and won my first title at 17 as an amateur. Then I did a couple more, fought for the IMF, the OMF and IMF. I won both of those, and then, I turned pro after that.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
So I had 13 amateur fights altogether.
Yeah, how did you get so obsessed so quickly? I mean, you stayed active. You were in there, month after month after month. You were just coming back and fighting, which is kind of crazy because a lot of guys like to spend a few months getting prepared for the next one, and you just kind of rode that momentum, especially at a young age.
Yeah, I mean, I'd been training since I was 13, so I had been training for a long time now. I just wanted to test myself, and that's what I did. I just stayed busy, stayed in shape, stayed getting ready, staying in that feeling. That was really it, man. It was just kind of staying in there and staying relevant and constantly trying to test myself against the best guys that I could. I was always trying to set little records and stuff for myself and things no one had done around here, or trying to beat records that had been set. That was always something that kept me going. And then it was time to face better guys and bigger things, and still going to college, and just a lot of things on my plate. And it was time to kind of slow down a little bit and focus more on some other things like college, and then improving and trying to find a better camp, and always trying to find the best route to take and try to find the smartest route. So I had to step back a little bit and kind of focus on myself and see what was the best direction to go.
Well, so the relevance there is you telling me about your little girl coming in a few months here, or in less than a few months. So yeah, so my amateur fight was in San Antonio on June 6th of 2015, and then my son was born like 3 weeks later. So I understand what you mean when you say that you don't want to be like, in the fight mentality, because that is a moment to be celebrated, and it's incredibly nerve-wracking, to have your wife, 8+ months pregnant, and have a cage fight going on within the same couple of weeks of each other.
Yeah, man, it's I planned it out. I got offered another fight, and we turned it down for that reason. I planned out what I planned, and I gave her my word, and that's what will happen. I won't fight anymore this year. Hopefully I'll be back in camp this year, but I won't fight anymore this year.
And where is that? Where do you train primarily for camp?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin at Rufus Sport. That's my camp. That's my team. That's where I go when it's time to train for a fight and get prepared. Other than that, when I'm at home, I train with my friend Zach Fears at Rich Clementi's gym. He owns a gym, but just me and Zach do things. And I train with my friend Sean Gayton as well. Since I work full time when I'm at home, I don't have the opportunity to go to Tim Crater's gym with Dustin Poirier and them. But after I'm able to fight again full time, I'll be going there probably a couple times during the week to train with them and my friends over there. So I got places to train, but for me, it's more about staying in cardio shape, staying in shape mentally and stuff like that. So I lift a lot when I'm at home. I run a lot while I'm at home, but mostly it's just working and making money.
Well, you had a late opponent replacement in your last fight, and sometimes that actually will throw a guy off of his game. But I mean, you obviously reacted very well to that. That's just an incredible win, because it went from, okay, Brendan's about to submit this kid, to now you look like you might be in trouble. And this is from my perspective. I don't know what's going through your mind at the time. Obviously, you just want to win. And then you turn around and get just a magnificent finish. So what was the gameplay going in there? Was just to get the submission? I mean, obviously you wanted to finish. You were very vocal about your reasons for having that urgency when you got on the mic. What was that feeling like in that first win?
Yeah, the plan was to beat him up everywhere. I didn't feel he was better than me anywhere. I didn't feel that he could beat me anywhere. I mean, the only thing I really felt that he could catch me with was just something crazy. Maybe I wasn't on my P's and Q's and he hit me with a jumping knee, or, just something crazy that he does. I knew he didn't have the power to knock me out. Granted, I know it only takes so many pounds of pressure and can happen to anybody. And I know that going into it. I know that's what I signed up for. But I really didn't think he could do anything to me. So it was just beating him up everywhere, staying in his face. I like to walk forward anyway, so that was great. But I mean, yeah, I went from fighting a guy, who's just a tough guy. Okay, he has pretty good jiu-jitsu, but I still didn't feel he would beat me anywhere either. He was just tough. He could take a beating. And to fighting the number 21 guy in the world, according to Tapology and all that kind of stuff, which, don't get me wrong, I don't trust all these rankings, but needless to say, he was number 20-something in the world, and I just jumped in there and did what many guys couldn't do and finish him. I put myself in some bad positions. I tried that leg lock sweep. I didn't want the leg lock. I wanted the sweep, and it got me stuck. He did a really good job at defending and putting the pressure where he needed to, where I couldn't sweep him with it. But to me at the time, it was smarter to go for the leg lock sweep rather than have a guy with the 81 reach standing over me and who's not scared to do anything crazy. So he hit me with the elbow and cut me open. But other than that, all he had that round was rear naked choke attempt, but it was on my mouth. So to me, that's not even really an attempt in my opinion. So yeah, he had two things, and I had a takedown. I had his back. I almost submitted him with a rear naked choke. I almost got him with an arm bar. I put the pressure on him. So honestly, I still feel I won the round, even though he cut me. I mean, that's all he did was cut me.
So you say you started training at age 13. How did you get started in combat sports?
My brother switched schools. My parents put him in a different school, and a friend of his was doing jiu-jitsu, and they asked if we wanted to come try it. So went and watched the class. My dad bought me a gi that day, and I started the next day, and honestly never looked back. I was playing football at the time, Little League football, and I finished that season and never went back. Never played again. I got offered to play in high school and didn't take it. I was just more focused on fighting. That's what I kind of fell in love with. We've had our moments where we weren't in love, me and fighting, but it is what it is. You gotta hate it to love it, and love it to hate it. And I'm good at it, or I'm pretty good at it, I would say. And it does all right for money finally, and hopefully I'll be able to just support my family off of that here within the next year.
Very nice. I think I developed my passion in a similar way. I started out with jiu-jitsu and fell in love immediately, but I always kind of had MMA in the back of my mind. And so, as you know, there are two different types of people in the gym. There are guys that are there's some guys that will never do any kind of striking. They're just completely into grappling. They're obsessed with Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And then there's others who use that as just a component of their complete fight game. For you, how soon did you know that you wanted to do MMA? Because that is a tremendous leap of faith from just doing strictly grappling. And you got to be extremely tough, too. I mean, did you fight a lot before that, like in school or in the street?
No, man, I didn't. I got in like one fight in school, and that was in like 4th grade.
Wow.
Other than that, it was just tussling around my dad and my brother the whole time. I watched fighting on the weekends. That was about the time of Chuck Liddell and Randy Couture's trilogy, and it's just, I don't know. When you grow up like where I grew up and around the people that I grew up with, it's kind of who's tougher than who's more of a man than who, and we mess with each other. My dad's always messed with us, little stuff like that, and made us who we are, made us tough. Where didn't get picked on, didn't get our butts beat all the time. We weren't sissies, so it's just, I don't know. I was always kind of tough. My dad's a big man. My brother's a big boy, so just always getting beat up by them. I was the youngest. I was the littlest, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just always, it went from, I kind of wanted to always try it out to jiu-jitsu to being around guys who were fighting at the time. My friend Kurt Holloway, he was like the biggest thing around here, along with Dustin Poirier, and those two were always up and coming together and doing good things, and I seen that and just was training with them. So hell, why not?
That's fantastic.
That's where it led off to.
Tell us a little bit more about your brother. I'm very interested to hear some more about his story, a little bit more background. So, what branch was he in? When did he go in?
He was in the Army. I believe he was in for like 2.5, 3 years before that, somewhere around there before the accident happened. He was in military intelligence. He was stationed at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri.
Yeah, I've been there.
He ended up coming home. What's that?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, that's where he was at. He was stationed there. And, so he come home for less than 24 hours. We were house sitting at a friend's house, and nice pool. Him and it is my dad's like best friend. He's known him for 30-something years, and his kids were there with us, and we were all out there hanging out, and decided to jump in the pool. And my brother dove, and he was running, and I was running. I cannonballed. He dove. He's 6'6", and he missed the drop off by about 3 inches, and he ended up hitting his head, and it broke his neck at C4-5, and I think it's 4, 5, and 6, and 5. C5 is what pinched his cord, his spinal cord. So he's paralyzed. He's quadriplegic. He can't move his hands. He can move his arms, but not his hands or his fingers. He can lift his wrist up, I believe, but not down. And yeah, I mean, he's blessed in the fact that my parents take care of it, like help take care of him, and he doesn't have to worry about as far as financials. How is he going to pay his medical bills and everything like that? Because he is medically retired. But he's always been there to help me financially. Anyway, emotionally, it doesn't matter. He's always been there to help me for my fights. So that was the reason I wanted the $50,000. The chair that he wants is about $26,000 because he's 6'6", and it has to be custom made to him. So that was my goal. Win 50, buy that, and then put the rest away for my daughter. But it didn't happen. Hopefully it'll happen on the next one. I've had a lot of people reach out to me asking how to help get his chair. So my wife and I are trying to figure out like what's the best way for people to donate, because some people don't like GoFundMe, some people don't like Venmo, So it's trying to find one that works best, because we'd like to keep it all in one place. That way people can, see what their donations are going towards, because obviously it's for him. And once we have enough, we'll buy the chair. And that's really, I'm just trying to get something for him. He's put so much money and effort into me and helping me. And, if I can at least have a hand or do it myself. I really wanted to do it myself. But, why? I had a lot of people ask me, why wait if you can do it now, which, I agree with. He has a lot of infections that he deals with, and hopefully the standing chair will help, circulate his blood, help with his movements in his stomach, and, help his kidneys and stuff by standing and letting that blood circulate. And hopefully he won't have any more, problems, or as many, shall I say. So that's really the goal behind that. He does everything for everyone else and doesn't do anything for himself. And he has too much pride. And I think kind of my whole family gets that from my father. But too much pride to ask for help, or tell somebody he wants it. So he does it and just deals with everyday life.
Oh, man, that's just rough. That's hard to – it's a tough story, man. How old a guy is he?
My brother is 3.5 years older than me, so he's about 27. I think he's 27.
Oh, man. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
If there's anything that we can do to help you push the word out when you guys do establish a way to donate, certainly let us know. We got your back. And, yeah, man, you know what? I think that we're going to see some more finishes out of you in the near future. And best of luck with everything, with your new baby girl coming into the world. It's going to be a game changer. And I could tell you're excited. Some people are scared or they're dreading having a kid because it's a ton of responsibility. But when you're ready, you're ready. And, you're very mature for a young guy. I can see that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. My dad raised us pretty well. We're really close to my dad, and that's something that he always said he wanted, and I don't know, it kind of rubbed off on me as well. So that's really all that's important to me is my children. When it's time to, this is just a job to me as far as fighting. It is what it is. I enjoy it, but I enjoy my family more. So a kid's way more important to me than fighting, and I can walk away from fighting at any time and be just fine. I have other ventures and avenues and different things that I want to do with my life. Fighting's not the only thing. I don't plan on being here, especially past 35, maybe 30. So I'm just trying to have fun and experience different things right now while I can and while I'm healthy enough. And, wherever life takes me, it takes me. But my children and family will always be more important than this.
Well, young man, you inspire me because I just wish I would have been half as motivated and have the attitude that you have when I was your age.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you live and you learn. Just real quick, I noticed you had quite a few fights in Legacy. You had the title there. That's probably the biggest feeder league for the UFC, especially at the Contender Series. If you look at the lineage of that championship, it's vacant right now, and it's been vacated by every single champion because they went to the UFC. So I think you probably felt like that was where you're going to end up regardless, right? Because you knew you could fight and beat the top guys in the world. Now that you've kind of proven that, and you're actually in that proving ground, when you do return, who are some of the are you looking to run any of them back, Giles or Eric Anders, or anybody else in mind that you would like to fight?
Yeah, I'm trying to fight my losses for sure. That's maybe some of them aren't the best business move right now, but it's more pride than anything. So I'm hoping to come back and fight either Eric or Anthony right off the bat. Let Trevin get another win or get a win in. He just happened to lose to G. So let him get another win, then I'll fight him. But honestly, I'll fight him right now. I don't care. But business-wise, it's smarter for me to fight Anthony or Eric, probably Eric more. But pride gets in the way of me. So whatever one, I'll take either them or any of my losses, and I like the whoever's going to win out of Marcus Perez and Wellington Turman. I was supposed to fight Turman for this one. He was one of my names that they gave me, but something happened and he couldn't take it. But yeah, that's a good fight as well. I'm just trying to take some good fights right now, build my resume, gain some experience as well. But yeah, mostly just build my resume and build my brand, shall I say, gain a following. That's really the most important thing for me right now, is just gaining a bigger following.
Yeah, well, winning impressively is certainly one way to do it. And we all took notice of you, of course, on the big stage at Contender Series. And what an experience that is. I've talked to so many of the fighters because I covered all, what was it, 10 weeks, I think, here in Las Vegas. It was phenomenal. And I know for you guys, it's a game-changing experience, can be a life-changing experience. Dana was a little hesitant when he announced your contract. He kind of he threw us off a little bit because he's like, well, this guy's super young and stuff like that. But I think, in terms of your resume, you've done quite well in building that. You only have a handful of losses, and these are to some of the best guys in the world. And then on top of that, you got a ton of victories. Why? I don't understand why he brings people in to that show that he's not, that he would consider not signing for some other reason. Like sometimes he says the guy's too young or he's too old, doesn't have enough fights. What was going through your mind when he was saying that?
I wanted to wait till it was finished and see what he had to say, but I was getting frustrated. But I mean, it was based on the fact that I don't know what else to do. I've done everything that I could possibly do. I did mess up. I had opportunities before with Anthony Hernandez and Eric. I had those opportunities and they fell through my fingers. Maybe I was too young. Maybe I messed up in other areas. And either way, whatever the facts are, I lost those fights. And, I dropped the ball. So that was on me. But I bounced back. I did what I needed to do. I finished these guys. I fought these guys. I won this. I won that. So I just didn't know what else to do if I wouldn't have got signed. But like I said, I wanted to wait to see what he said, finish what he had to say before I do anything stupid. But it worked out. I got signed. And now to me, it's just trying to show that I'm one of the next big stars. I'm one of the youngest guys in the division. And now I'm just, like I said, trying to build my resume, try to get more followers. And on my next contract, I'm looking to take out anybody that's, got what I want as far as the clout, the status and things like that, the things that that can make you money. Because ultimately that's what it's after, man. We're all out here trying to make money. We're all good fighters. We can all fight, especially in the UFC. It's just, who's going to be the star, who's going to make the most money. We're all trying to provide for our families. So that's all I'm trying to do, man. I think my resume speaks for itself. I'm young enough. I'm built. I feel like they can build me enough. I talk well enough if I have to. I mean, to me, I can do it all, but I guess it's not my decision all the time.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I would say that given your age and, like I said, your experience, you're off to a damn good start. And what a way to end the year. May 2020 be the year of the Allen family. And that includes the baby girl, your brother, your father, who you look up to, and just everybody in your extended family in Louisiana and at Rufus Sport. I think you're surrounded by a lot of great people, and it's really beneficial to you. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see you get in there again and mix it up in this division.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. Anything you would like to plug before you get out of here? Your social media, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at B_Allen185. I'm verified now. Twitter, Brendan Allen MMA, and then Facebook, Brendan Allen, or Brendan All In Allen is my fan page. Thanks to my sponsors. I got Carey Construction. They've been helping me for a long time. They're so great. They do anything for me. I got B&A Builders, who also, they're great. They do everything for me as well. Love them. And Terp House, they hook me up. They keep me good. Diamond Cups, amazing. And, War Tape Brands, they help me out whenever I need some tape to keep my hands good. And I've got many other people that have helped me. But most of all, thanks to my teammates, my coaches, and most of all, my family.
All right. There he is, everybody. UFC middleweight newcomer and top rising prospect, Brendan Allen. This is Rodney James for Cage Side Press signing off. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Anytime.
Have a good one, buddy.
You too.